Hello and welcome to this lecture on technology and innovation in sustainable procurement. Our key focus will be to understand how we incorporate technology in sustainable procurement. And we are noting that technology and innovation in sustainable procurement, it refers to the use of advanced tools and methods in order to be able to improve environmental and social responsibility of an organization in purchasing practices. So once we adopt this technology, it is going to define how our procurement processes and activities will be done. And so the emphasis on this particular topic is how we leverage or how we take advantage of technology in order to be able to make procurement more sustainable throughout the entire supply chain. Technology and innovation, a number of things that happens when we adopt technology. Number one, we are able to streamline processes, and this is done through the automation of tasks, going to assist us to reduce waste in the procurement process. It will also assist in collaboration, where communication and information sharing between organizations and institutions becomes even more effective. And then in terms of risk management, once we adopt technology, we are able to identify and mitigate various sustainable risks associated with the supply chain. For example, we could have challenges that would lead to a breakdown in communication along the procurement process. We could be able to have issues arising in loss of goods, loss of important material or paperwork. So once we adopt technology where we can have that paperwork maybe shared online through channels like emails, it makes it easier for us not to be able to lose our anything along the procurement processes. So examples of innovative tools and platforms that we use include what we call number A, blockchain technology. So when we are using blockchain technology, we are able to track the provenance of materials and products, and then also we ensure ethical sourcing. In blockchain technology, it involves decentralizing digital ledger where we allow data to be recorded and shared across networks. Now, blockchain technology is going to assist the organization to be able to provide a secure method to track a product. It is easier to track the product that we are expecting. It is also easier through blockchain technology to safeguard the procurement processes from any form of tampering, and we could securely and efficiently manage procurement processes. And we could also enhance transparency in procurement. And finally, we are able to ensure a record of every step of the procurement process through blockchain technology. We also have now artificial intelligence. This is a conversation that now we are having very much. And when you are using this kind of technology, then it seeks to analyze data to identify sustainable suppliers and also be able to predict the environmental impact. And another innovative tool is what we call cloud computing, or what we could also call now in procurement language, cloud-based procurement. So we adopt technology um, in order to be able to streamline our procurement processes. When we are using cloud computing, then we, as organizations, we do not have physical data centers, we do not have servers, And this is going to lead to improved collaboration and enhances security and reducing cost. It is also going to allow total control and oversight of different services. It is going to streamline procurement processes and automate workflows. Now, how do we benefit as an organization once we adopt technology and innovation? Number one, we are going to reduce what we call environmental footprints. So we are going to also improve social responsibility practices within the supply chain, where we can be able to give back to the communities around where our organization is. We are also able to safeguard or save costs through resource efficiency. And then also in terms of the organization image or brand image, we are able to enhance or build that image because we are building customer trust. And finally, we are able to attract investors and partners who are going to prioritize sustainability. Innovative practices that we can be able to adopt through, for example, what we call number A, circular economy models, where we do what we call product as a service. In this model, companies are going to lease products instead of selling them outright. And once we are doing this leasing, then we are going to encourage manufacturers to design durable, repairable, and recyclable products where we promote sustainability. And then also resource recovery, where we implement systems for recycling and reusing materials within the supply chain. And then we are able to reduce waste and conserve resources. Other innovative practices include supplier collaboration and development. This involves us as organizations coming up with what we call sustainable supplier networks. When you're talking about sustainable supplier networks, we are seeking to build a network of suppliers that we can rely on. And this network of suppliers, we should be committed to sustainable practices, and it means we can continually have a reliance on these suppliers because it is a network that we have already built. Then also, very importantly, we have capacity building. So we can train our suppliers, support them, let them have an understanding of the sustainability issues, and this one is going to help elevate their practices and also be able to push them to ensure that sustainability standards are be able to be met throughout the supply chain. Other benefits of technology is they are realized through what we call sustainable procurement policies, where we talk about green public procurement. So governments and public sector organizations are going to be taking the lead in terms of implementing policies that are going to prioritize purchase of sustainable goods and services. And then we will also be able to get it right in terms of ethical sourcing and standards. So organizations are going to adopt fair trade practices, and these practices are going to ensure we align ourselves into ethical and social responsibility goals. And then we are going to look at key performance indicators for sustainable procurement. Performance indicator number one is environmental KPIs. So this is where we have a reduction in greenhouse gas emissions through the supply chain. We also have a percentage of recycled materials that are used in procurement products. And then organizations can also have energy and water consumption associated with procurement of goods and services. Um, and then waste reduction through responsible waste management practices. KPIs under the social responsibility key performance indicators. We are looking at having a percentage of suppliers with fair labor practices certifications, and also suppliers with sustainable procurement certifications, where we also seek to diversify and also have inclusion metrics within the supplier base. And finally, we need to ensure the spending on local and small businesses, that we are going to support community development. Other KPIs in terms of economic sustainability KPIs, we have what we call life cycle cost saving achieved through sustainable procurement and procurement practices. And we also do what we call cost avoidance from reduced environmental impact, and also an increased innovation in your supply chain. We want to have a supply chain that is innovative and creative, and this is to be able to ensure that there is sustainability. We can continually benefit from these sustainable suppliers. There is the need for us to be able to also do data collection and analysis for sustainable reporting. And we are saying sustainability reporting is going to allow companies to communicate their environmental, social, and economic impacts to stakeholders. So we need to do a strong reporting hinges on robust data collection and analysis. And this can be done through the following steps. Number one, we need to ensure we define goals and scope, where we start by aligning our data collection with overall sustainability goals. So we look at overall sustainability goals of the organization. What aspects of sustainability are going to be most relevant to your business? So we have conversations around carbon footprints. We have conversations around waste reduction. How can we be able to get it right in terms of waste reduction? And also, how can we, how can we be able to get it right in terms of labor practices? Then the second step is we need to determine the scope of how we are going to be doing our reporting. Are you focusing on specific areas or aiming for a comprehensive report? There is need to identify key stakeholders who we are going to use this particular information. We have investors, we have regulators, we have customers, and their needs that are going to influence the data that we collect. And then also we need to be able to identify various data sources. For example, internal data, where we need to have a wealth of information often within the organization. We can look at this information from within the organization that can be critical in terms of us coming into conclusion on the information that we want to report. Then we talk about data collection and analysis for sustainable reporting. There are different places where we can get this data from. The first one is external data sources. So this one we rely on partner with suppliers to be able to gather data on their environmental and social practices. And we also look at what we call industry benchmarks, where we compare your performance against data averages to identify areas of improvement. And then also we can also get information from various government databases For example, in terms of environmental regulations, in terms of sustainable procurement, are there any policies that the government has been able to put in place to ensure that this is being done right and appropriately? Then we also discussed data collection analysis for sustainability reporting. So data collection methods, we have standardized forms and templates where we develop forms for consistent data collection across departments, simplifying analysis. Then we have surveys where we gather information from employees, suppliers, and other stakeholders about their sustainability practices. And then also we want to also understand sensor technology, where we utilize smart meters or other sensors to be able to track real-time data on energy consumption. So we can also do document analysis, whatever documents that exist, for example, supplier contracts, policies and reports. We can use them to extract relevant data. And then also data analysis and management. Clean and organize your data and ensure accuracy and consistency before analysis. And also we need to be able to invest in data management tools. For example, softwares. We can be able to invest in softwares that are key in terms of streamlining data collection, softwares that can assist us to store data, and softwares that can be used to be able to analyze various forms of data. Challenges and considerations that we may encounter. The first one is on data quality. We need to ensure that we have accurate data that is consistent, and we need to avoid any form of misleading conclusions. And standardization, where we have a standardized data collection method across departments, and suppliers are able to improve comparability. And then also in terms of data security, we implement data security measures that are going to ensure we protect sensitive information. And finally, there is need for us to ensure we are communicating the impact of sustainable procurement. So how do we go about it? We can tailor messages to your audience. So every audience may receive messages depending on what information suits them and what information they can be able to receive. And we can also use data and storytelling. We can also choose the right channels. We can also ensure that there is transparency and on this authenticity. And finally, in terms of this communication also, we can leverage on partnerships. We can partner with established media houses that can be able to assist us to let or pass this data and information to the right people. Thank you so much.